Well, hello, folks. Tony Howard here with Astrology University, and I'd like to tell you about our upcoming summit, 2020 Epic Cycles of Change and Renewal. The summit will be taking place on April 13th and 14th, 2019. If you're tuning into this video after that, no worries. You can head over to our website and catch the recordings. If you're tuning in before those dates and would like to sign up, head over to astrologyuniversity.com/summit. And you can sign up there. It's actually free to sign up. All you have to do is pop in your name and your email address. And to tell you a little bit more about the summit today, I have one of our amazing speakers, Kelly Surtees, here to tell you about her talk, which is going to focus on the Jupiter-Saturn Grand Conjunction taking place at the end of 2020. Thanks for joining us, Kelly.
Thanks so much, Tony. I'm so excited for the summit, and I'm really excited for this particular cycle that's coming up. Jupiter and Saturn do make a conjunction every 20 years, but about every 200 years, that conjunction indicates the change of a new cycle. And that's the type of Jupiter-Saturn grand conjunction that we have in December 2020. So in my talk, I'm going to be looking at the elemental associations of the air element, because of course, Jupiter and Saturn will be together in Aquarius in 2020. But not just what does that mean for 2020, how this is kicking off a new, there's one 200-year air cycle starting. There's an 800-year shift that's going on. So there's some really large, substantial elemental changes and collective changes that this cycle is going to indicate. And one of the things that I'll be doing is helping students and listeners understand how the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in early 2020 kind of plays into the themes of ending that are already suggested by this Saturn-Jupiter cycle. So I'll be sort of dancing between the two, but there'll be lots of info, not just from a collective perspective, because I'm going to bring it down to the personal level to show listeners and students how they can really prepare their own lives by looking at how these two cycles will activate their own birth chart as well.
That sounds great. I was really amazed when I put out the call for these talks that I let all the speakers kind of choose their own topic and title, and I just kind of crossed my fingers that there wouldn't be too much overlap, and everybody is really covering a different approach here. So really looking forward to what you have to share with folks, Kelly. And as we look ahead at cycles, I was just wondering if you could tell folks who may not be as familiar with you or your work what your approach is to forecasting or prediction.
Yeah. I'm like, how do I say this in a elevator pitch, two-sentence format? Because forecasting is a hugely important part of the work that I do with clients. It's actually sort of the foundation of my work in the sense that I really do believe everything is in flux or in change, that whether you think we're always evolving or always changing, things are always shifting. And the way you were at 23 is not going to be the way you were at 37, nor is it going to be the same as how you are at 45 or 57 or 62. So I love to work with a technique known as secondary progressions to help look at a lot of these shifts, these unique and permanent changes that we can go through. But I also use timing techniques like transits, perfections, and a funny little weird one known as Fidaria, just to help give clients an understanding of both long-term and shorter-term cycles that are shifting their experiences, their sense of themselves, the essence of who they are. I really believe that understanding how you are changing can help make it easier to live a life that is really authentic for the person you are now. Sometimes we forget that who we are now is not who we used to be, and that we're constantly in this process of having to check in and update choices or commitments or even our direction based on how we've changed. So I do have a blended approach where I use a combination of modern and traditional timing techniques, but I'm really excited, and I don't know, I really think it's important to do with our work as astrologers. It's something that astrology has that's unique to the metaphysical arts and sciences. We have these wonderful planetary cycles that actually give us information that's unique to individuals. So yeah, I don't know if I've specifically answered your question, but I think it's really important.
Well, you did. I mean, it sounds like you have a less of a prescriptive approach, like you're at, 7 p.m. you're going to meet your true love, and
no, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And it's more about working with the energies and being aware of where you are in the process of your own growth and how you can proactively engage that energy.
Absolutely. And, there are certain parts of our lives that function really well when we're young and then don't function as well when we're older. And the reverse is also true. There are certain topics or parts of our life that don't work well in our 20s or 30s or 40s that really flourish in our 50s or 60s. Now, that is not a generic thing. If you're experiencing something like that, that's going to be a very individual cycle to you. So, yeah, there's no tall, dark and handsome strangers in my predictive work, but it is very much looking at your own personal cycles and just understanding what they mean for you through the symbolism of the planets or the houses or the zodiac signs that might be implicated at any given age and stage of life.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking some time out of your schedule to tell folks about your summit presentation, Kelly. Thanks for joining me. And if you would like to sign up for the summit, head over to astrologyuniversity.com/summit and pop in your name and email address, and you can sign up and you'll get the details about how to watch live. The summit's actually free to watch as it's being presented live on the 13th and 14th of April. And for 24 hours after each talk, you'll be able to watch that particular talk for 24 hours. So for roughly 2 days, 48 hours, you'll be able to watch the whole summit. There are people who get their popcorn and their snacks and hang in front of the computer for the whole thing.
It's like an astrology movie marathon, basically.
Yeah, I love that. But if for some reason you can't tune in, or you just like a presentation so much you want to own the recording, we give you the opportunity to do that as well. We call that the All Access Pass. So click over there for more details about that. The All Access Pass includes some special bonuses that you can only get as part of the pass. And then there's another offer that comes up with even more special bonuses. And those include lectures from Jason Hawley, Karen Hamacher-Zondag, and Ray Grossi. So check all that out as you're clicking through. So thanks so much for spending a couple minutes of your day with me. And we hope to see you soon at the summit.
Thanks, Tony.
Thanks, Kelly.